Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry this is late. I was busy this week reading A Memory of Light. I finished it last night. Wow, what an ending and what a series. I won't get too much into it now, but expect a review coming soon, either this week or next week, depending on how busy I get. But now that I finished the series, I feel like I can hop on a bit of a trend that I've been wanting to do and try out ever since I saw iDubbbz's one and Daniel Green's tier list. I think I want to put in my say now, so I'm doing a tier list ranking the Wheel of Time, well, the main Wheel of Time characters. So yeah, let's get into it. Cool, so a few things before we start. This is obviously my opinion. I know there's a few fan favorite characters that I don't feel so strongly about. But, you know, just remember this is my opinion, some random dude who just read the series, and I have only read the series once. I will do a reread, and maybe I'll do a ranking after that. I know a few characters shine a bit better the second time round, so we'll see. But for now, these are just my interpretations of these characters and how their arcs concluded. So, let's begin with Aludra. Weird place to start. Aludra was pretty cool, I think. She lent herself more just to being around Matt's character and amplifying Matt's love for fireworks. I'd say Eludra's cool, but she definitely doesn't have enough page time. I mean, she does build the dragons, which are vital to winning the last battle. But besides that, I don't really have much of a character for her, so I'm gonna put her B tier. Andral. Andral. Coming out of the last book, I like Andral as a character, but he just takes up way too much page time. And that is kind of grates me a bit, especially the last book. We have all these characters, why are we focusing on Andral? So he was a source of annoyance, although I think if he had been in any other book, I would have been like, oh, this guy's pretty cool, but sorry, mate. Bit annoying. C tier. And we'll put him, I got a B tier. Asmodean. Oh, I really liked Asmodean, and I was really sad that he went out like he did. Out of all the Forsaken, I thought, this guy's gonna end up helping Randall and betray him and all these things, but I had so many ideas of where this character could go, but it feels just underutilized. I think that's a theme throughout this tier list. There's a lot of these characters I really love, but they're just underutilized, so I think I'll put Asmodean A tier. Avienda, finally. Avienda is my favorite love interest for Rand. I love Avienda. We did not get enough Avienda chapters. I think that is universally agreed upon. I loved whenever we got an Avienda POV, I just loved it because she's just so interesting. She's an introduction to this culture. And when she was first introduced, I'm like, yeah, she's pretty cool. I didn't think she'd play such a vital role when she was introduced. So I really do love Avienda. I just think she was underutilized. So I'll put her S tier. Bashir. I didn't imagine him like this in my head. Davram Bashir. I don't have much to say about Bashir. He's okay. He's there. He's not afraid to tell Rand what he really thinks. Doesn't get much of an arc. C tier. C, yeah. Berylane. Alright, I'm not sure if this is an unpopular opinion, but it's certainly my opinion. I was hoping Perrin would end up with Berylane rather than Fail. Not a Fail fan. So I really like Berylane, and I think she was really politically savvy. I think she knows a lot. She was a really cool character, you know, whenever her and Perrin were having dialogue, and the way her and Fail had their kind of competition over Perrin. I think I'll put Berylane A tier. Brigida's cool. I really like Brigida, but I just got frustrated with a lot of her the chapters with Elaine more than anything, and obviously being her warder, she was there as well. I feel like Brigida was the one trying to keep Elaine in check, whereas Elaine's just reckless. So I think I'll put Brigida B tier. Garth Bryn. I love Garth Bryn. He is awesome. The way he kind of courts Swan and he's the part that he plays in the battle over the White Tower was just amazing. I loved his character. And then he died off screen. Obviously, these are spoiler filled. Obviously, it's a bit late, maybe. Yeah, so when he died, I was off screen. I was kind of like, I get why they did it, but come on. So yeah, I think I'll put him B tier. I think it's gonna be a lot of B tiers here. Cat Swain, I do not like. Her whole thing of like, remember manners to Rand. You know, always trying to not control him, but like civilize him, trying to tame him, kind of, was a bit annoying at times. Overall, I think she was a force for good, and Rand wouldn't be who he was without her. However, she did grind my gears a bit at certain points, so I will put her, I think, C tier. She's so important, but we're not going based off importance, it's more about how I feel. Cat Swain. Couladin, Shale Ghoul with Couladin. Not much to say. I like that Matt killed him. That was pretty cool. Demon-Druid. Ooh, Demon-Druid. If I had done this tier list after reading The Towers of Midnight, I would have put Demon-Druid in Shale Ghoul. But, I don't know. After the last book, I think he's my favorite Forsaken. In all honesty, I think he's so badass when he shows up. So, just that little bit he was in, I'm gonna put Demon-Druid S tier. I really enjoyed him in the last book. Bail Doman. I like Bail Doman. I listened to the audiobooks, and his accent was like kind of like a piratey accent. I don't know, I loved it. And he's kind of just, I love his dynamic with Eginin, and his dynamic with Matt and Rand. Just he's been there from day one, so I mean, he's a real one. So I think I'll put him A tier. I like Bail Doman a lot. Eginin. Not much to say about Eginin. I mean, she changed her name because of what happened with Tuan, but I didn't enjoy that whole plot where she got upset about that with Matt calling her by her real name. Or again, just not a fan of Eginin, so I'll put her C tier. Bottom of C tier. Egwene. Ooh. So I know a few of you have probably watched my last review, and you probably know that I do not like Egwene. I am not an Egwene fan. I think her role in the last book and the way she went out was really badass. I liked her in the last book, mostly. However, I'm kind of gonna, I don't know, like I really liked Egwene. She kind of got on my nerves. I don't know, Egwene's just gonna go C tier. I'm not a big Egwene fan. Elida is a great villain. I think she really was the Umbridge of the series, where everyone just kind of hates her, which is her intention. Her purpose was to be hated. So I think she really, as a villain, I think she was really good. So I'm gonna put Elida A tier. Elaine, to Shale Ghoul with you, Elaine. Elaine is so reckless, especially I enjoyed her in the first couple books, but I appreciate how she taught Rand how to be a noble and everything. But I don't know, in the last 3 books, as soon as she got pregnant, and it was just every time an Elaine chapter came around and she was trying to convince the nobles of something, I just, oh my god, can we just get back to the action, please? So yeah, no, I think Elaine can go to Shale Ghoul. I'm not a fan of Elaine. She did get on my nerves quite a bit towards the end of the series, you know, being reckless and she's pregnant. So yeah, Elias, S tier. I love Elias. From the first book, as soon as Perrin met up with Elias, I'm like, this dude is awesome. And then he pops in and out throughout the series, but I just love Elias. He's like kind of what Perrin could be. I love how there's two roads for Perrin, kind of to be more like Elias or to be like that guy he found in the cage. So I'm happy with Elias. I always loved anything with him on screen. Faile, I know she's not liked by the fandom. I didn't hate Faile, but I didn't like Faile. I think I'm more upset because Perrin was my favorite character up until the 4th book. to the end of the 4th book. Perrin was my favorite. But then Fail came along, and it felt like he was just Perrin just became Fail's wife. You know, like there was nothing else to him besides Fail. Even in the last battle, when he's fighting Slayer, and he's just like, oh no, he's not fighting Slayer. He's about to kill Moraine. Yeah, because Lanfear's put compulsion. He's about to kill, and he just thinks Fail, and then he breaks the compulsion. It's just cringe. It's just cringe. So Fail to C tier. You're better than Egwene. Galad. I really like Galad. Galad can go S tier. I enjoyed Galad. People I know don't like Galad, but I don't know, man. I loved all of his action scenes. When he fought the head of the Children of the Light, that was an awesome sequence. And then again when he fought Demandred, again an awesome sequence. I feel that if anyone was to lead the Children of the Light, I think it will be Galad. He embodies everything that they are meant to be, because the Children of the Light aren't meant to be what they have become. At least that's the way I interpret it, and I feel like Galad is one of the people who could put that back on track. Plus he's Rand's half brother, you know, can't hate the guy. Gaul. Gaul's awesome. I like Gaul. I mean, we don't get there's no arc with Gaul, he's just a side character, so I can't put him higher than B tier, but just know that I really enjoy Gaul. Gawain, to shall ghoul with you, Gawain. I do not like Gawain. A lot of the Trocans down here, as you can see, Gawain was annoying. I did not like Gawain. His whole hating of Rand, like, just get over it. I don't know why he hates Rand so much. And then his whole thing with trying to just be Egwene's warder. Did not like Gawain. I found him to be kind of a spoiled brat. Maybe that's just me. Maybe on rereads I'll like him more. I know he's not well liked, and I can see why. Grendel. Not much to say about Grendel. I think she was kind of menacing when she was around, but I feel like a lot of the Forsaken just didn't get utilized. Maybe there were too many. I think if they had focused down, or if Jordan had focused down, but no, I think it's good. I think I'll put Grendel C tier. I did enjoy some of her. Now I'll put Grendel B tier. She's better than Egwene. Ishamael SS. Ooh, we got Moradin and Ishamael. They're basically the same character. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'll rank them both separately because they are kind of separate. Ishamael. So before he was Moradin, I really thought, besides just his design and the way, you know, Eyes of Flames, I thought that was badass. Ishamael is one of the best villains in the series, so I will put him there as Rand's rival. Aeterolda. Not much with Aeterolda. He played a big part, especially in the Towers of Midnight, where Rand kind of shows up and slaughters all those Trollocs and saves Aeterolda. I love Aeterolda. I think he's a really cool character. Not much to say about him, he's just one of the great generals, so I think I'll put him B tier. Lanfear, S tier. I really enjoy Lanfear and the whole concept and dynamic she has with... I really wish they'd explored that more. Because, I mean, after the 5th book, it's the same with Moraine, 5th to 12th book, they're kind of not in it at all. And I don't know, like, her whole... It's raining really hard, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Anyway, I really like Lanfear and her dynamic with Lews Therin and Rand, and how Rand's kind of not Lews Therin anymore, and then when he gets his memories back, he remembers his love for Lanfear, and that whole dynamic was just amazing. I think that was cool. Lan, I enjoy Lan. Underutilized. We needed more Lan. I wanted more Lan. Lan's badass. You know, the king of Malkir, like the last. I needed more of Lan. Oh, I mean, he was kind of like, I think of the most influential people in Rand's life in terms of his teachers, and I think of, it's Lan, Tam, and Tom, and Moraine probably. Not so much Moraine. Moraine's death had more of an impact on Rand. I'd say it's Lan, Tom, and Tam. And Lan was the guy who kind of taught Rand about responsibility. I think that's what Lan's purpose was. Sheathing the sword. Also, again, Lan was just such a badass character. I mean, how can you hate Lan? Lan goes SS tier. I love Lan. Lose Darren. This is difficult. I like Lose Darren, but he's more of just he's just Rand. I enjoy the scenes, the inner monologues with Rand and Lose Darren, but it's like just the ramblings of a madman. You can't really put that anywhere. I think I'll just put Lewis Darren in A tier, because I did enjoy that. Low gain, S tier. Boy, I love low gain. I think he was also, again, underutilized. I would have liked more low gain chapters. The ones we got towards the end were really good. Also, I don't think the Halo of Light came to fruition as I would have expected. Maybe that was yet to come. Maybe that didn't get fulfilled by the end of the series. Maybe that's yet to come. But his whole dynamic with the Ashaman, and the fact that he was there from the beginning. He made eye contact with Rand across in Camelin when he was being brought there, and that was just... Logain's always been there, and I thought he was going to be much more menacing and much more of a superpower in these books than he actually ended up being. So that was a bit disappointing, but I loved every minute of Logain's chapters. Loyal. Loyal's so cool. I love Loyal. I forgot about him, the last couple books because he wasn't really in them, but in the earlier books, I love Loyal. I'm going to put Loyal. Loyal can go A. He doesn't have much of an arc. I mean, he gets married and... Matt is tier. Not much to say about Matt. He's amazing. It's Matt. Everyone loves Matt. Prince of the Ravens. What can I say? Majrum Taim. Taim can go S tier. I love Taim. I think his whole dynamic with Rand was pretty well done, well executed. I found him to be quite intimidating. From the first time he shows up, I find him intimidating, and I loved his character. Min Farshaw. Let's put Min. I prefer Avienda for Rand, but I think Min served her purpose and aided Rand more. I'm gonna put Min A tier. I really like Min. Min's really cool, but again, we just didn't get in. We got a few Min chapters, but I think there's just not enough to put her higher than that. I can't justify it. Mogadine. She can go C tier. Not a fan. Moraine, S tier. I did not like Moraine at the start of the series, but I think that's kind of intentional. You're not meant to trust her because you're following it, and at the end of the series, I kind of want to just go back and pick up those Three Rivers farm boys and slap them and say, hey, listen to this amazing woman. She just wants to help you. Please just listen. She is amazing. I love Moraine. Her romance with Tom came out of nowhere. I did not see that coming. It's the only kind of, wait, what the fuck, moment in the whole series. So, anyway, she can go SS tier. Morgaze was cool. Not much to say. Her relationship with Tullamore was weird. I'll put her B tier. Moradin can go S tier. I really enjoy Moradin. This is difficult. Because I put a Shamael here, and which version I preferred more was Moradin. I think Shamael should go down here actually, A tier, and then I'll put Moradin here. He was more intimidating. Had more of a presence. And it just everyone was scared of Moradin. So yeah, I think I'll put Moradin there. Noel, Jane Farstrider. I don't know, I remember Noel, I think it was mentioned in The Great Hunt as well, but I remember Noel talking about Shara. I was like, I wonder if that will come into play. Noel knows more than he's leading on, So I really like Noel's character, and the way that he went out was amazing. And then at the end, when he came back to save Oliver, was just awesome. So he's had some amazing scenes, but not much of an arc for him, so I think I'll put him B tier. Nynaeve. Ooh, this is a difficult one. Nynaeve. I did not like Nynaeve at the start of the series, as I mentioned previously. Nynaeve I thought was annoying. I thought she was brash, but now, I'm looking back, I think she has a heart of gold. She's the most powerful Aes Sedai, and I just loved her arc. I didn't like her romance with Lan at first, but looking back over the entire series, it's the most believable romance and the only one where I didn't kinda cringe. So Nynaeve, SS tier. No, there's too many in SS tier. I think I'll take Elias out of SS tier. Elias is great, so I'll put him at top of S, and I think I'll put Lan right before him top of S. So those are my characters at the top there. That's more balanced. Over. I like Over. A lot of people don't like Over. I like Over. I think he had a rough. I'll put Over B tier. Not much to say about him. He blew the last horn, so I don't know what to say. He's gonna be important. Padan Fane. So much potential. Talk about wasted potential, I think, with Padan Fane. He could have been just the coolest character in the entire series. And they didn't do much with him. Did not do much with Padan Fane. His ending was weak. I did not like his ending. So to shell ghoul with you, Padan Fane. You know, you were annoying. Perrin. No, okay, sorry. This is annoying me. I think I'll put him top of C. Perrin. Went from my favorite character to annoying back to kind of one of my favorite characters. I think I'd put Perrin. He's not as good as Lan, but I'll put him S tier. He had some SS moments. If we're talking about Perrin book 1 to 4, SS tier. Favorite character, best character in the entire series. When I think of Perrin, I just think Fail's husband. When I think of Matt, I don't think of Tuon's husband. When I think of Rand, I don't think one of his wives, or, you know, I just think they're their own characters. When I think of Perrin, I'm thinking, Fail's husband, so that's all he is to me. Or all he became. So much potential. Ravine was really cool. The way he kind of took over Camelin was amazing. So I love Ravine. I think his fight with Rand was amazing. I wish him and Rand had more of a dialogue. Again, with a lot of these people, I kind of wish Rand had more back and forth with a lot of them. So I think I'll put him B tier as well. Ooh, I'll do Rand last. Ruark. Ruark's awesome. Don't like how he went out. Did not enjoy that. I think that was kind of weak. Put Ruark B tier. I like Ruark. Not much to say. Samael. His fight with Rand was amazing. Again, just I feel like with a lot of Forsaken, there's not much to say. They kind of just targets for Rand to overcome. They weren't their own people. Maybe they had their own kind of dynamic, but Samael can go there. B tier. Semirog. I don't have much to say about Semirog. Her dynamic with Rand was quite interesting. In Towers of Midnight, I enjoyed Semirog putting the collar on Rand. I think it was her that put the collar on Rand. The Idom, the male Idom, and forced him to strangle Min. So I think she's quite sinister, which is good for a villain. But again, we just didn't get enough of her, so I'm just gonna put C tier, top C tier. Soralia. I like Soralia. I like a lot of the Wise Ones and their whole dynamic. I really like Soralia. Soralia can go A tier, I think. I enjoy a lot of Soralia. Shadar Haran. I thought he was so badass. It's a Murdral that's embodying the Dark One. I kept thinking the last battle is just going to be this Murdral versus Rand in a duel. I was hoping it would be more than that, or this Murdral would transform to something else, but he was kind of underutilized. I think he got replaced with Moradin. I was going to say maybe have one or the other. They kind of feel like they play the same role. I'd say Shadar Haran can go C tier just because he was underutilized. Swan Sanche. I love Swan. Swan can go A tier. No, Swan A tier, yeah. I like Swan. The former Amelin Seat herself, I really like Swan. I think she had a great arc. Her death was so kind of just, oh, she's dead. Okay, I guess. I did not see it coming. I think she was a pivotal character for Egwene to kind of model and mentor to become what she needed to be for the last battle. So I can see how all these people are necessary, especially Swan. I think she had one of the most important roles to play. So I will put her A tier. Slayer. I like Slayer, but I think his arc was done poorly. Him and Perrin, obviously going head to head in the Wolf Dream, was done in the 4th book, and then only brought up again at the end of the series. Like, there was all this time when I was just thinking, where's Slayer? And he wasn't really explained how his dynamic with, like, I think he said the Dark Lord brings souls together and then gave him powers. Lord Luke and Slayer, and they're two different people. But then Lord Luke, is he dead? Are they not the same person? I really don't know. So I think I'm just gonna put Slayer C tier just because he was underutilized, to be honest with you. Talonvor B tier. Not much to say about Talonvor. He was kind of cool. Like the whole stoic, stone-faced thing. Then he acts like a bit of a brat, like with more gaze, like just, oh, you don't love me, guess I'll leave. It's the last battle, alright? Calm down. Talmanis. Talmanis represents the band for me. Whenever I think of the Red Hand, band of the Red Hand, I think of Talmanis. I just love how Matt describes him. Like, he knows something. Like, Talmanis is laughing at his own jokes in his head. He just wants to watch Matt suffer. And in the last book, he smiles, and it's just like so unnatural for him. I love Talmanis. Yeah, I think I'll put Talmanis A. I love Talmanis. Tam. Tam is the father that we all wish we had. Tam's amazing. I know a lot of people. I was worried when Rand almost killed him, and then him and Rand have that emotional scene. I think he's the rock that a lot of people have, and that's how he's been described, as just steady and stable. And that's what I think of Tam, just a stable man. Not much else to him though. There's not that he doesn't have a dynamic within himself or an arc really. He's just there for Rand. For that, I can't put him higher than B tier, but I love Tam. Put him top of B tier. Tom SS tier. I am such a fan of Tom Merrilin. At the start, I'm like, who's this Glee man looking ass following these kids around? But I don't know, like, you can see parts of Tom in all of them, you know? Not so much Perrin, but in Matt and Rand, I think they were heavily influenced by Tom, and they wouldn't have gotten to where they were without him. Even when, you know, Tom's girlfriend died, I was like, oh no, he's gonna be like really mad at Rand. Nope. As soon as he can, he's thinking about how he can help Rand, and he was there right up until the last battle. He's also an amazing fighter for being so old. Just extremely brave. He tackled that Murdrol to the ground to save Matt and Rand. He's just an amazing, selfless character, and his arc was kind of at the background throughout the entire series, with his hatred of Aes Sedai, and how he comes to accept them and even love an Aes Sedai. I think was quite well done for not being in your face about it. So yeah, Tuon to share ghoul with you, Tuon. Did not like Tuon. I found her to be a horrible character. I did not like Tuon. The way she kind of manipulated Matt, and her insistence on having slaves. Like, I'm just not a fan of the Sean-Chan at all. I do not like any of them. Tylan, also, to share ghoul with you, Tylan. She sexually assaulted Matt. And then he feels bad when she dies. I don't understand this dynamic. Tylan is one of the worst characters. I do not like Tylan. Uno. I bloody flaming love Uno. Yeah, Uno's great. Not much of an arc. I think I'll put him C tier. There's not much to him. Love him. Varen. Varen's cool. I like Varen. Varen is, I didn't like her at the start, and I always suspected something, but she came around in the end, so I think I'll put Varen B tier. Rand al'Thor, the Dragon Reborn, Karakarn. Love Rand. He has had, I've read a few different series in the past, and I can say out of every single book, TV show, any sort of media I've ever consumed, Rand has the most character development, and he goes through some of the most traumatic things where anyone else would have broken. but Rand he's just so resilient and strong, and I admire him so much. Throughout the series, I think Rand is, I don't know, like every chapter with Rand, and when a book didn't have Rand, it was always worse for it. I'm not saying those books were bad, like the Dragon Reborn was a good book, but I don't know, just books with Rand are just better, and that's why I like the last few books so much, because they focus so much on this internal monologue. And Rand's relationship with Lews Therin, his relationship with Moiraine and Cadsuane, and even Min to an extent, were just so deep that you could I could talk about Rand all day. I just love him so much. So Rand, again, top SS tier. So yeah, that's my ranking. I know a lot of you will have a few different opinions. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will have my review up of the A Memory of Light, the last book in the series. I'll have that up soon. So yeah, until then, enjoy your week, everyone, and I will chat to you guys later.